What's up everybody, this is Danny, and this is that time of year again, and it's Apple iPhone time. And they released two different iPhones this year, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch display, while the iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5-inch display. If you want to pick up an iPhone 6 for yourself, it'll be $199 with a 2-year contract, or the iPhone 6 Plus, which is $100 more at $299 with a 2-year contract. I have them both here for you in these minimalist boxes, which is weird. This is the first time they've never had any kind of cover art on the front, but I'm going to unbox both of them for you and kind of compare them. I got the 64GB version of the iPhone 6 Plus and the 128GB version of the iPhone 6. Let's use a little magic here and get into the boxes, and there are both of them right there. Both of these models are available in 3 different colors, but I opted for the space gray model on both. There's the 4.7-inch model right there, and here is the 5.5-inch version, the iPhone 6 Plus, which is pretty large, and I'll compare this to some of the other devices out there on the market later on in this video. If you want to know what other colors there are silver and gold models available with white fronts. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. Same as last year, you get the ear pods with inline control. You also get a standard wall charger, and you also get a lightning cord. Or is it lightning cable? Anyway, there are packets inside both of these phones. As you can see, this is the iPhone 6 Plus. You get some info there and also your infamous Apple stickers. And you get the same here on the iPhone 6. You get the stickers and you get some info and your quick start guide. For some of you that enjoy the plastic coming off of here, let's take the plastic off. This time it is one long piece, so let's take that off for the front here. Alright, something kind of satisfying about that for some reason. It's the exact same here on the 6 Plus as well, all one piece of plastic, and we will take that off, and there is the 6 Plus. Now they are both ready to go. Now if you look at both of them, you can see there's a notable size difference here, but we'll get back to that later on. Let's get to the design language here on the brand new iPhone 6 versus the iPhone 5S. Besides the notable screen size changes, Apple has done away with the chamfered edge and have gone with the rounded design. Just like an Apple style, they have managed to make a much thinner phone with a lot of internal improvements. So let's take a closer hardware tour of the brand new iPhone 6. On the left hand side, you're going to find that familiar mute toggle switch, and you're going to find individual volume rocker switches there, which is very reminiscent of the iPod Touch 5th generation. On the bottom, you're going to find your 3.5mm headphone jack, your primary microphone, your lightning port, and also the speaker. Since the devices are much bigger this year, they moved the power button to the right hand side so you'll be able to get to it easier, and there you also find a SIM card tray. If you look up top, you will find absolutely nothing. Now, let's take a look at the top. You will find the same 720p FaceTime HD camera with the earpiece and your appropriate sensors. And on the bottom, you will find that same fingerprint system, Touch ID, right there in the home button. And if you look closely, you can see that the display does not sit flush, it actually pops out a little bit, and the display is rounded, so it makes a much better feel in the hand, especially when you're swiping through your home screens or navigating different menus. In this shot, you will find the 6 Plus eating the 6 for breakfast. It's such a big device. And up top, you will find the improved 8-megapixel camera with the single 2-tone flash, and those bands up top there are dedicated to NFC and antennas, and also you will find the same band across the bottom. And design aesthetics wise, I'm not quite sure about that. And another little gripe that people might have is the camera does protrude, and it does not sit flush just like the dummy models that we've seen, so I just wanted to show it to you right there. Both of these phones feel fantastic in the hand, they feel substantial, and the rounded edges with that aluminum build, it really feels good in the hand. So I'm going to go ahead and boot these up and talk about the specs a little bit. This is being powered by the new Apple 8.8 chip, and it also has 1GB of RAM for both phones. So the RAM has not changed in forever, and there's some graphics improvements underneath the hood. So they claim performance boosts all across the board, but I will reserve that until the full review. Apple is calling these new screens Retina HD, and I'll go over the resolution in just a second when I show you the screen quality. Now there is the Touch ID setup. It's exactly the same as it was on the iPhone 5S. Both of these phones are being powered by the brand new operating system iOS 8, and if you look, the 64 gig and the 128 gigabyte versions come with a lot of this Apple stuff preloaded like iMovie and GarageBand, so you may find that preloaded on your device. But you can just uninstall them if you don't want them on your new iPhone. So let's take a look at the storage options here, and on the 64 gigabyte version there's 52 gigabytes available to the user, and if you buy the brand new 128 gigabyte model then you will get 110 gigabytes available. So it's nice to see that they bumped it up to 128. A lot of people were asking for that storage option. iOS 8 is not a huge overhaul, but there are a lot of new features, so if you want to see a cool video on that, I will link my good friend Dom Esposito's channel and his video down below so you can check out the top 20 iOS 8 features. Even though I won't go over iOS 8, I will go over some specific features like this. If you tap the home button once here, you'll go into multitasking. Double tap though, you'll get this new reachability option where it just collapses it down so you can actually get to it with one hand. What do you guys think about this solution? I'm not quite sure about it. The 6 Plus gets a landscape mode here, much like the iPad, so it's going to take advantage of the larger screen, but I'm not sure exactly how useful that will be because some of the apps, even like the dialer, do not go into landscape mode. I'm not really sure why, and if the app is not optimized for the 6 Plus screen, then it just blows up 3 times and it just looks kind of bad. So hopefully developers will get on that very quickly. So let's talk about the displays real quick. The iPhone 6 has a 750 by 1334 resolution, which equals to the same PPI as the iPhone 5S, and the bigger version, the iPhone 6 Plus, has an actual 1080p display, and both of these displays are very good. They're very sharp and they're very clear, and also the viewing angles are absolutely insane. One of the best I've seen on off-axis viewing angles, so I think you'll be very happy with the display. So I'll test that out a little bit further. Now here is the new 8 megapixel camera sensor with phase detection autofocus, which I'm kind of excited about because this is the same type of technology that you will find in something like the Canon 70D, which is a DSLR. The camera app actually does not look too different. You'll find the same thing: panorama, square, photo, video, and you also find a new 240 frames per second slow-mo. So I'll show you that in another video, and also time-lapse. So what I'm gonna do is take this thing outside and shoot with it and give you some cinematic samples and also examples of these new features. When it comes to camera, a huge selling point of this 6 Plus may be the optical image stabilization that's built in here. You can see it works pretty good. I need to test this out further, but it's gonna help you get much better shots with video and stills. The iPhone 6 though does not include optical image stabilization. I wish they would have just added it for both models. They really could have. Shame on you, Apple, for that. But both of these devices here, you can see the 6 Plus is just huge. So to give you a better size comparison, let's just have a little fun here, and I'm going to show you what they stack up like versus the Android counterparts out there. Most of you will probably want to know, how does the 5.5-inch version stack up to the Galaxy Note 3 and the upcoming Galaxy Note 4? I will get that and compare them in a future video, but you can see that the iPhone 6 is a little bit thinner, but man, the iPhone 6 5.5 or the Plus version is much taller than the Galaxy Note 3. Doesn't make any sense design-wise. Here is the iPhone 6 next to the HTC One M8, and we're also going to compare it to the iPhone 5S, and you can see it's much bigger than that. And also there is the Xiaomi Mi 4, which a lot of you don't even know what phone that is. And of course we have to compare it to the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the LG G3. And I guess we'll also bring in a OnePlus One. But the one thing that I wanted to show you was that the iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5-inch display. And when we look at the Android counterparts like the OnePlus One, it's pretty much the same size here. But when you're looking at something like the LG G3, it has the exact same screen size, and look at the bezels, much thinner, it's much more compact, so the iPhone 6 Plus could be a little bit smaller. It is a really large device, so make sure you look at that in the store before you buy it. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this dual unboxing and comparison and first impressions of the brand new iPhones. So let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at @SuperScientific. I'm usually there all the time. And also subscribe to my channel if you are new to my channel. And also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video.